They say revenge is best served cold, but mine came out of the oven, golden, crisp, and perfectly risen. When I unlocked the bakery door that morning, the smell of vanilla and sugar greeted me like an old friend. I stood in the middle of my small kingdom, white walls, soft lighting, the quiet hum of the refrigerator. My dream, built from ashes. I imagined the laughter, the chatter, the warm noise of family filling the space I'd poured my soul into. But as the hours passed and no one came, I realized something bitter. You can't bake love out of people who never learned how to offer it. And that was the day I decided. If they wouldn't taste my sweetness, they'd learn to swallow the truth. The bakery looked beautiful that day. Ribbons hung across the walls, golden plates lined up perfectly. I had baked all night. Honey bread, almond croissants, the cake I'd named Rosie's Delight. Fitting, wasn't it? A cake named after the sister who took everything sweet and made it hers. By noon, the chairs were still empty. The only sound was the ticking of the clock and the whisper of disappointment. My phone buzzed. "Dad, we need to discuss the bakery." The words felt heavier than any dough I'd ever needed. I didn't answer. I just stared at the empty tables, my silent guests of honor. Rosie had always been the favorite. If I brought home straight A's, she brought home applause. If I baked cookies, she bought cupcakes and got praised for initiative. She was beautiful, ambitious, effortlessly adored. And I, the quiet one with flour on my cheeks, became her shadow. When she got her big promotion, they threw her a party, the same day as my bakery's grand opening. A coincidence? No, it was a test, and my family failed. That night, after sweeping the bakery floor for no reason at all, I sat at the counter and thought about every time I'd chosen kindness over confrontation. The birthday cakes I made her, the loans I gave her, the recipes she borrowed. Then came the knife twist. Rosie had published my recipes on her company blog. Word for word. My work. Her name. I didn't confront her. I just smiled. Because you don't interrupt a thief when they're still stealing. At the next family dinner, Rosie was radiant. "Oh, we're planning a major event," she said. "Maybe even the mayor will come." Dad clapped, pride spilling from his voice. "That's my girl." Then he turned to me. "Maybe Rosie can teach you about promotions." I smiled. Because I had learned something, how to be underestimated, and how to weaponize it. When Rosie posted her event invitation, same date, same time as my opening, I knew she wanted to prove something. She wanted me to lose quietly. So I decided to win silently. I started collecting contracts, invoices, receipts, her catering deals, her fraudulent use of my bakery's name. I documented everything, every stolen crumb, and when the time was right, I packaged it all neatly. With a note, "Consider this a professional correction." Then I sent it to her company's board. 2 days later, my phone rang. Her voice trembled. You reported me?" I stayed calm. "No, I just told the truth." By morning, the news broke. Rosie suspended for misconduct, fraud, misuse of funds. The family chat exploded. Panic tasted sweeter than icing sugar. That evening, Dad showed up at the bakery. He looked smaller somehow, like regret had finally found him. "Why didn't you tell us about the bakery? We could have helped," he said. I handed him one of the invitations I'd mailed weeks ago. "You knew, you just had better places to be." He looked down, guilt shadowing his face. "What did you do to your sister?" I slid a fresh loaf across the counter. "Nothing she didn't bake herself." Dad sighed. "Family shouldn't destroy family." I met his eyes, steady as steel. "Then maybe family shouldn't destroy me first." He looked around. The polished counters, the warm light, the proof of what I'd built without them. Then he whispered, "She's learned her lesson. You've made your point." I smiled. "Oh, Dad, this isn't about a point. It's about finally taking my place." When he left, the bell above the door chimed softly, the same way it did on opening day. I sat alone, watching the sunset turn the glass golden. Somewhere across town, Rosie was packing up her desk. Mom was defending her. Dad was trying to fix the unfixable. And me, I was kneading dough. Because revenge isn't rage. It's rhythm, precision, control. It's the art of baking karma to perfection. Weeks later, the bakery became the town's favorite. People came not just for the bread, but for the warmth, the peace that lived within its walls. Mom visited once. Awkward, hesitant, eyes soft with something like apology. I served her tea, nothing more. As she left, she said, "It's beautiful, what you've built." I smiled. "It's mine." That night, I switched off the lights and stood in the doorway, breathing in the scent of sugar and freedom. Because sometimes success doesn't taste sweet. It tastes earned. And the only thing better than revenge is peace that smells like freshly baked bread.